Hello, hello. Hey, you guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. So, hello. So, hold on, guys. We are really about to go in depth and read everything. Hey, you guys. Hold on. Why is someone calling me by this time? Like, it's. Welcome back to my channel. So, So hold on, guys. We are really about to go in depth and read everything. Oh, um, okay. Sorry for the delay. Sorry. Okay, let me just get into it real quick. I was just like trying to like wait for the others to get in. So, this is what Taylor had to say in her letter. Like, I am so excited. I am like the most excited person ever since I got this news. So Taylor said, "Hi. I am trying to gather my thoughts into something coherent. But right now, my mind is just a slideshow, a flashback sequence of all the times I daydreamed about, wished for, and pinned away a chance to get to tell you this news. All the time I was this close, reaching out for it, only for it to fall through. I almost stopped thinking it could ever happen. After 20 years of having the carrot dangled and yanked away. Ugh, Scooter, we are never gonna forgive you for this. Swifties, we are never gonna. Okay, I'm doing too much at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue now. But that's all in the past now, and I've been bursting into tears of joy at random intervals. Ever since I found out, ever since I found out this is really happening, I really get to say these words. All of my music I've ever made now belongs to me. Oh my god. I just I don't know. I'm like reading this line, it's really getting me emotional. She said, all of the not some. She said, all of the music I've ever made now belongs to me. Damn. Congrats, Tay. Okay, so she said, and all my music videos, all the concert films, the album art and photography, the unreleased songs, the memories, the magic, the madness, every single era, my entire life's work. Scooter really was about to take this away from her, and damn, I'm so glad she didn't even, I'm so glad she got it all back without having to deal with him, without having to sit in a room with him. Do you know what that feels like? Like, you want your life's work at the same time. There's someone right in the room that you don't want to talk to, someone you don't ever want to see. Like, damn. Okay. Um, Before I continue, let me check out some comments because I don't know, like, because I'm live, I'm reading from my phone and I'm streaming from my system, so I really can't be in two places at once. So I really want to make sure I'm out here, reading comments and not ignoring all the comments that are coming in. So let me check if there's even any, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Hold on, hold on. Okay. Okay. So I don't see any comments, so I'm just gonna continue reading. I thought someone might have said something and I was just like ignoring it. Okay. She said, to say this is my greatest dream come true is actually being pretty reserved about it. To all my fans, you know how important this has been to me. So much so that I meticulously re recorded and re released four of my albums, calling them Taylor's version. The passion, excuse me, the passionate support you showed those albums and the success story you turned the Eras tour into is why I was able to buy back my music. I can't thank you enough for helping me to reunite for helping me to reunite me with this art. This art that I have been de- that I have dedicated my life to, but I've never owned until now. Ugh, this network. Okay, we're back on a ship, excuse me, with full autonomy. I will forever I will be forever grateful to everyone at Shamrock Capital for being the first people to ever offer this to me. I mean, Scooter could have done it, but okay, I'll s- I'll stop bringing Bruno up. Like, okay, um, this way they've the way they've handled every interaction we've had has been honest, fair, and respectful. These are the one things that Tay always asks for from people and they never give it to her. Like, I always ask that from people: honest, fair, and respectful. This was a business deal to them, but I really felt like they saw it from what it was to me. Like, I really get this line. You know, people want to sell something to you. They want to, you know, strike this deal with you, but at the same time they know how you feel. They know how you feel about this art, and just because they know how you feel, they want to make it happen. They want to make this dream come true. So, what was I? My memories, my sweat, my handwriting, my decades of dreams. I am endlessly thankful. My first tattoo might just be a huge shamrock in the middle of my forehead. Nah, come on, Tay, you're not gonna do that. That would be so funny. That would be so funny because we've never seen Tay with any kind of tattoo, and I'm just gonna continue. I know about Rep TV, right? Full transparency. So she's gonna be transparent with us from this part. I haven't even re-recorded a quarter of it. Damn. The way we've been clowning for Rep TV and hasn't even okay. Sis hasn't even really recorded a quarter of it. Okay. She said the Reputation album was so specific to that time in my life. And I kept hitting a stopping I kept hitting a stopping point when I tried to remake it. All that defiance, that longing to be understood while feeling purposefully misunderstood, that desperate hope, that shame, that shame born snarl and mischief. To be perfectly honest, it is the one album in my first six that I thought I couldn't be improved upon by redoing it. Ooh. Now, I'm going to tell you why I feel like I understand what she's saying right after I'm done reading because I don't want to say anything else. I just want to read the whole thing. Not the music or photos or videos, so I kept putting it off. There will be a time, if you're into the idea, in bracket, for the unreleased vault tracks from that album to hatch. Oh, Tay, hatch it now. Okay, I said I was gonna behave. Okay. um, I've already completely re-recorded my entire debut album, and I really love how it sounds now. Those two albums can still have their moments to re-emerge when the time is right. If that would be something you guys would be excited about, of course. Of course, okay. Of course I'm excited now, Tay. Give me the albums. Okay, so it if it happens, it won't be from a place of sadness and longing for what I wish I could have had. Hmm. Preach. Yeah. Pop reach. Okay, moving on. It will just it will just be a celebration now, and I am extremely heartened by the conversation this saga has reignited within my industry amongst the artists and fans. Every time a new artist tells me they renegotiated to own their master recordings in in their in their record contract because of this fight, I am reminded of how important it was for all of this to happen. Whew. Thank you for being curious about something that used to be thought of as too industry centric for a broad discussion. Jeez, I need to take a minute. Like, you will never know how much it means to me that you cared. Every single bit of it counted and ended up here. Thank you, and your goodwill, teamwork, encouragement, the best things that have ever happened, that has ever the best things that have ever been mine finally actually are. Oh, elated and amazed Taylor. Oh my god. Jeez, y'all, this was so. It was packed. It was packed, and I'm really in my feelings. And one of the reasons I'm in my feelings is because I know how she feels. So I'm a singer as well, and I remember one time I was just really out here trying as much as I can to record a particular song, and I don't know what happened. That particular day, I just wasn't in the mood like that. Like, I just wasn't feeling the recording. But in my head, okay, so the reason I wasn't feeling the whole mood, the whole vibe was because I was somewhere else in my life. Like, I was in a not so great time in my life. So because I was in a not so great time in my life, I wasn't really all that happy. And not being as happy as I wanted. It was a happy song. I was recording a happy song, and I was, sad. I was struggling with a lot of things. And when my producer came around, when time for recording came, I couldn't really deliver as much as I wanted to. Like, I couldn't. I tried everything. We listened to the recording, and I was so excited, like, yo, this song is fire, this song is hot, all of that. And then when the song was mixed and mastered, and I finally listened to the song, I wasn't it wasn't what I thought it would be. So when Tay says that, she is not able to go back and re-record Reputation, and like she couldn't record the whole thing, I understand where she's coming from. Like, if an artist is in their bad girl era, they're going to be writing bad girl era songs, and it's almost like they're acting. It's almost like mind, body and soul, they're really in that spirit. And as a writer and a performer and a singer, I could understand why she's not able to body that reputation. If you I don't know, I wasn't a Swiftie during the Reputation era, but when I watched Taylor Swift's Reputation era, I was really, really enjoying it. I was like, damn, she's like a bad girl. Taylor was giving sass. She was giving don't speak to me. She was giving hurt, but at the same time, you can't hurt me no more. At the same time, I won't let you mess with me no more type of hurt. Okay? So I saw that fierce look in Taylor's eyes all through the Reputation era, even the Reputation Stadium tour. It was written all over her and all over the songs she released back then. So imagine having to go and try and embody that, just try and be that mixture of don't play with me and all of that. And right now, I guess she's in a lover girl era because she's in a relationship. She has her family around her. She just finished a huge tour. Why would she want to be feeling that way? Like, why would she want to embody all of that? I mean, that happened. People, try to paint her as something that she wasn't, and all of that happened. And now she's been there, done that. She doesn't want to try to wear that what should I call it now? She doesn't want to wear that Rep TV vibe anymore. She's just a different person. She's grown. She is mother right now. And mother is just not trying to do all of that. So yeah, that is why I say um I understand where she is, where she's coming from. And there's something else I wanted to add. It's some of the part of the some of the part of some other part of the letter she wrote I really wanted to address. Hold on. Let me check really, really, really quick. I should have like marked it or something because right now I can't even remember. Whew. Damn. I really can't believe this is happening, but I'm so excited. I don't know. I'm a bit thirsty. My throat keeps cracking up, but let me okay. She said something about okay, I think I wanted to talk about the part she was where is it? Where is it? Where is it now? Thank you for being curious. No, 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 not this part. I would just be it would just be a celebration now. I am extremely after this I will be streaming the Era Store because like yes, I'm in that mood. I want to, you know. Okay, also I wanted to talk about Take saying she might just get her first tattoo might just be a huge shamrock in the middle of her head. Do you know why? I feel like I feel like she's honestly very, very grateful because this is something that Scooter would have just done randomly to say, okay, Taylor, you were an amazing artist. I was bitter with you, or I probably didn't treat you right. Even if you wanted to say probably, air quote, I didn't treat you right. And as such, I want to make sure that you get what you deserve. But bro really wanted to sell her masters to her for 1 billion. Damn. He really sat down and thought in his head and all the money that allegedly Justin might be owing him and maybe trying to recoup. And he really said, take Tay, come by come buy back your masters for 1 billion, you know? But he wasn't trying to be fair. He's still trying to allegedly be the kind of person he's been to her behind the scenes. But here comes here comes Shamrock Capital respecting her and saying, "Hey, this is what you deserve. We've looked at everything. We know you've suffered. We want to obviously make some money off of this. We know you've got the money to buy it back. So, yeah, let's make a deal that actually makes sense, and let's have you buy back what you deserve at a fair price. The the only reason Tay is going to be name dropping them this much in this letter is because she didn't feel cheated, is because she actually felt respected, like she said in the letter, is because she she's very excited. And they didn't just, even though it was so obvious that it was a business deal to them, they didn't treat her like, oh, it's a business deal to us, so we don't really care what you think, we're just going to sell it at a price we want to sell it. You know, I feel like Tay was treated with so much respect that she had to talk about it over and over again, to the extent of saying she might just get that as her first tattoo. Because looking at these pictures, I see how excited she is, and that makes me excited. So that is something else I wanted to say. And let's see. Whew. It is such a great day, y'all. It is such it is such a great, exciting day. Okay, so there's something else. Let me see. What else was I gonna say? I'm just gonna read through the letter and figure it out, because I'm just gonna be here for like 20-30 minutes more before I start streaming the Era Store. So once again, let me see if there are any comments before I start to before I go back to the before I go back to trying to read stuff on here. Oh, Maria said, I am so happy for Taylor and her fans. Damn. Like the minute okay, when I first saw the announcement, I was like, is this really happening? Is oh, you know what? I think I found a way to just be live and at the same time not have to go back and forth. I wish I did this. I wish I did this earlier, but okay. So now I could see all of your messages, and at the same time
You'll need this.
I don't have to go back and forth. So, yeah. Okay, so now let me go. Now I can see all the messages and everything. So now let me go back to reading and checking out the things I wanted to actually say while okay. Okay. So what do you guys think? What was your first reaction when you found out that Tay now owned all her masters? Okay, so I saw someone posted about it, and I was like, damn. I think it was I think the first person I saw post about Taylor owning her masters was Hit Different. I saw that they were live and they were talking about it, and I was like, is this true? And immediately I came to Taylor's Instagram, and I saw this huge letter. It wasn't easy to read because like the letters were so small, so I decided to post the full reading of the letter on my page, so it'll be easy for people to read. So first off, she said she wanted to like gather her thoughts before sharing this with us, which tells me that Taylor has probably signed this deal concerning her masters. Like she's probably honed the masters for at least 2-3 days to a week. Yeah. And the dinner date with Travis might just have been a celebration dinner date. Ah! Yes, the dinner date with Travis before the AMAs in Florida might just have been a celebration dinner date between her and her man, just like, doing their thing, talking about it. So, this first line makes me feel like she has She has, owned the rights to this masters at least a week or 4 days before posting this. She said her mind is just a slideshow because it's a full circle moment. She's still like, wait, is this really happening? Just like a few things happened to me in my life recently, and it's also personally, I'm talking about myself now. I'm talking about myself now. A few things happened to me in my life recently, and I'm like, wait, is this really, really, really happening? You know? She said a flashback sequence of all the times she daydreamed about, she wished, and she pinned away the chance. Oh my god. I know that she must have tried several times to, try to get this deal done, but somehow someone, but I don't know that I'm not gonna mention, didn't let it happen. So congrats to Taylor Swift once again. To the Swifties, I know y'all are so excited. I've been seeing so many messages and so many comments, and damn, like I feel more excited, and I feel more excited than Tay, because like ever since this news came out, I've just ever since Taylor announced that she now owned all her masters, I have, oh, my mic is misbehaving. I have not been calm. Like I've not been calm ever since I heard this news. So, this is a typical a typical reaction from, I know, every Swiftie. So, what about the part that Tay was talking about? She actually mentioned debut TV and Rep TV for the first time, and I was like, damn. And the fact that she mentioned it and said that yes, she knows that we've been expecting Rep TV for so long now, and she knows that, excuse me, she knows that we've been expecting it, and she had to tell us the situation with it. She had to tell us, look, y'all, I know y'all are expecting Rep TV, but I haven't recorded all of it. So I'm glad that she actually talked about it. It means that she's still the good old Taylor. She still respects our feelings. She still knows that we have been waiting for that album. We have been clowning every single chance that we got. So she had to say something. She had to tell us that yes. And yo, another news, the fact that she announced that if we are ever ready, she is going to re-release, the vault tracks. And I'm like, I really can't wait to hear some of those vault tracks, especially Need and some of the songs that leaked that she never released. Like I want those songs so bad. I want those songs so bad. So yeah. Um whew. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think I have touched on every aspect of this letter that Tay posted on her website. Okay. This is the part she said. She was talking about the Volt track. She said, there will be a time, if you are into the idea, for the unreleased Vault tracks from the album to hatch. Taylor, girl, we are into the idea, and we need you to post it now. We need you to drop it now. Like, am I alone? Am I, what I'm saying? We need Taylor to post this album now because it is now or never. Um, those two albums can have their moments to reemerge when the time is right. If that would be something you guys would be excited about. But if it happens, it won't be from a place of sadness and longing for what I wish I could have had. I could have had. It would just be a celebration now, and I'm extremely heartened by the conversations this saga has reignited within my industry among artists and fans. Every time a new artist tells me they renegotiated to own their master recordings in their record contract because of this fight, I am reminded of how important it was for all this to happen. Yeah, this is one part I wanted to talk about, y'all, because I understand how it feels. Sometimes bad things or unfair things might happen to you, and I know how hurt you'll be, but at the end of the day, it's happening to you so someone else would learn. I remember when I was like 18. I remember when I was 18, I was literally going from record label door to door begging to get a record deal because I was just a little girl. I felt like, yo, I could sing, I could da 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 da. And because of this, I was like, you know what? I am gonna go look for a record label because I made all my research. Oh my god, I could just picture my little self. I made all my research and I found out that the only way for an artist to actually thrive is, especially when you don't have funding, is to have a record label. And I went to every record label I could find. But looking back now, looking at Taylor's story, I've heard Taylor's story a million. Looking back now, I am so happy that I did not get that record deal because I was so desperate. Like Taylor wasn't even desperate. Taylor was talented AF, and she still met a scooter. She still met Mr. Scooter, and she still had to fight for 6 years before getting her master's. And I was so desperate back then when I was looking for a record label that I could have literally signed my life away. I could have literally sold my life because I wanted a record deal. So that is why I feel like I connect with what Taylor said, that it was important for all this to happen to her so it wouldn't happen to someone else. And I feel like Taylor is one of the reasons that people like us now make the right decisions. Even if we don't have the fundings to, you know, we don't have the fundings to push our music to the end of the world, I am still excited. Like I'd rather not even have a record deal at all than have a record deal that would literally make me break. You put your heart in your soul, you write songs, you write about your life. And especially with Taylor, because she everything Taylor writes, everything Taylor puts out is actually about her life. So imagine a record label taking that right away from you just because they feel like, you know, you signed this deal, so we can do whatever the F we want with you. Damn. And then let's see. I think there's something else I want to talk about. Um, Thank you for being curious about something that used to be thought of as too industry centric for a broad discussion. Yes, I know. I know. 6 years ago, 10 years ago, when Taylor must have been trying to, get her masters,